Alright, I'm James. With me is John.
What's up?
And we are going to do the top 3 games of something. I'll probably edit out a little bit of this stuff because we'll probably have to go back and forth to find a subject. But this is going to be...
Top 3.
That's just going to be off our lids. You know, we're not going to really think
We should
too
just
much.
redo what we did.
No,
You should have been recording then.
Yeah, we should have. Like, you want to do that and then do another one?
Fine. Okay, so these are top 3 competitive multiplayers.
Shooters, I think we agreed
Yeah,
on.
it was narrowed down to shooters. Okay, top 3 competitive
And this is going to be personal. This isn't... Or are we going to debate?
shooter multiplayer modes. I guess we'll see.
Okay, Halo 3 has to be on there. I think
Is this no particular order for yours, or
no particular order right now if we're going to debate it.
I don't even have a top 3. I have a top 2.
That's
All right,
fine.
go keep going.
Well, hey, we'll debate.
All right.
I think we both agree Last of Us really impressed both of us.
Yeah, I was.
That it has to go on the list right now.
Yeah, like I thought I was just being like a prisoner of the moment, but then you told me, and I feel like you don't make just judgments like that so quick
I
usually.
don't,
So
like honestly, I said this a lot of times, but I'm gonna say it on the recording when I heard Last of Us was gonna have a multiplayer. I was dismayed. I didn't think that was worth their time when they should focus just on single player and get a really great experience. And you know what? We got a really great single player experience, and we got a really, really great multiplayer experience.
I also don't think it was a waste of time because, like I was saying, I mean, I don't know they would have to like tell us themselves, but I think remember it was announced single player only, so I think they were just working on the single player, and some random person was just messing around, and they just made their own multiplayer, and that was the starting point. I don't think that they took away from the single player to do that, and it doesn't feel like that when you play the single player.
And just so people know, like, for The Last of Us, like, why I think that's really a really great game is they put a lot of emphasis on...
Emphasis.
Thank you. It is almost 12, okay? Midnight. I'm a little tired. On, doing good, doing well, because you're not just playing to level up to get this next great weapon. No,
Also
I'm taking care of these people.
Yeah, and it also promotes teamwork, though,
Yeah,
not just.
absolutely.
And it really does. Like, I feel like if you don't play as a team, I mean, obviously there's some when you're playing against people who are not experienced or whatever. But if you're playing against good players, you're gonna need to play as a team.
Right.
And there's benefit to it as well. You're talking about doing well. You're talking about getting parts and all that for your people, right? Well, when you craft something for someone else and you give it to them, you get something. When you're healing people, you complete a mission. Some missions are based off of that. So I don't know. They just the meta game, like you said, really helps, makes you want to play well. But then when you're in the game, you need to play as a team to win. So wait, was that your? Did you list?
I'm saying that should definitely be on the list. I think we're gonna debate. Well, I'm gonna bring my 3 games. You'll bring your games, and then
So
we'll
what's
just.
the third game?
Well, I only said one.
No, you said Halo 3.
Oh right, Halo 3, which I think absolutely needs to go on the list. Like maybe Halo 2 because that really pushed, online, not just Xbox Live. It pushed online gaming on the consoles. To where we now have PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, being very, online-centric games. The fact PlayStation 4, was it Xbox One? Is that what they fucking called it? Or, everything we've seen has been online stuff, I think Halo definitely has to be there because it was the flagship of online gaming.
Halo 1 is better than all of them. Anyways, Combat Evolved. Did Combat evolve in Halo 2 or 3? Yeah, actually it did. But anyways, that's besides the point. I don't really care. So what's your third? That was just
my third one would be Mag. We had this discussion, but I fucking love massive action game. Like, is that what?
Yeah, that's what it stood for. Well, I think they said that, okay, it no longer stands for that
It's
anymore.
probably a magazine or some shit.
Yeah.
Which you dump a lot. For people who don't know, Mag is a game for the PlayStation 3 made by the SOCOM people.
Zipper Interactive.
Zipper and rest in peace. And it was how many players again?
256.
256 players.
128 per team.
That was like the biggest match, and it was this chaotic mess, and it was amazing. It was amazing, like how well it worked, how like unlaggy it was, how everything was.
Yeah, final release.
Okay,
I feel like so many people played the beta and judged it off that because it was available to everyone after a point.
Yeah. But that was fantastic, and I think that truly is the future of competitive, war games. That was a war game. Fuck Call of Duty. Fuck Battlefield. Even though I would say Battlefield is probably the next one below Mag of war game, but my God, it was just
so
beautiful.
much shit for picking Mag over Battlefield.
I don't fucking bring it because Mag was a beautiful, chaotic mess of a thing. Like just being shot miles away, just knowing oh God, there's a squad of people over that hill. We need to gas their asses out. And then all of a sudden, someone's flanking. And, 2 squads is a fucking Call of Duty game. But no, you had, 15 squads of people. It was... I know I'm thinking only of the best. I'm over... What's the word here? I'm over flattering the game.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is how I remember it. This is how I'm always going to remember it.
We had a great time playing it. But because now you brought up Battlefield, that's got to be my number 3.
Which one?
That's the problem. I can't ever pick one. Because I'm thinking right now, the 2 that keep popping up in my head is Bad Company 2. But I love the simplicity of 1943. Bad Company 2 is obviously better, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, it was just...
Yeah, 1943. I'm going to have to go with Bad Company 2 because...
That's fine, I don't even care.
Because we were playing Uncharted 3 a lot, and I started getting frustrated with that game because you people are way too fucking competitive with that game. To the fact that I stopped having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I switched to Bad Company 2 when I thought, the multiplayer would be dead because Battlefield 3 was out and all this stuff. But I went in and, I still got full teams, and it was brilliant,
Yeah.
Just the destruction of the buildings, just knowing I'm hiding behind this wall. Holy shit, where did this wall go?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, no, the building's falling down. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll stick with that then for my 3rd one. Then number 2, I'm going to say The Last of Us. We already talked about that one though for the same reasons, but number 1, CounterStrike.
1 or go?
They're the same game, damn it. They just remake it.
I never played original CounterStrike or...
Okay,
actually,
you know what? CounterStrike fans are going to hate me for that. They're the same? Get out of here. No, but... but they technically are, you know what I mean?
CounterStrike Go is a very well updated... It keeps to its original premise. I do agree with you in the sense that what I think Valve, right? I want to say Steam. You know? Valve did a really great job with keeping even though I played Counter-Strike, I did play Counter-Strike in that computer class. Mm-hmm. It's very similar. You know?
No, it's not just that, but they literally just some of the maps are just the exact same maps. Right. You know what I mean?
But it's just probably small tweaks.
No, that just visual updates. The small tweaks ones is because they have like Dust, and then they have Dust 2, right? Which I think they did in CounterStrike.
Right.
They're all CounterStrike. Anyways,
there's a lot of CounterStrike games. I forgot about
there's
that.
3 of them. There's CounterStrike, CounterStrike Source, which is the one everybody
Right.
plays, and then CounterStrike Go. But I don't know. I was playing CounterStrike, and I ended up getting Go on the PS3, which I was like, obviously, people were like, really, no, CounterStrike's a PC game. But it was still Counter-Strike, even on the PS3, right? And I got Sean to play it, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of old school in the way, because, that's another game that's really simple, right? There's not much to it in terms of, like, it comes from playing it a lot that you get the skill, not from, like, oh, there's all this craziness you can do, right? And I got Sean to play it with me, and he immediately loved it, and we're like, what? Like, he's like, this is so much better than everything else. Why doesn't anyone play this? Right? I was like, that's what I was thinking. And you played it just that one day, and you ended up playing for, like, a good hour or two at least, and you had a blast. And then when I thought about it, it's like, not only is it like, it's pretty much a remake every time. They don't try to make it's not like a sequel, it's like a remake, right? But it's fun every time. I've never played it and gone like, oh man, this is just getting old, you know what I mean? And it's just, it never gets old. It's like a timeless multiplayer to me. So, that's my number 1 now.
So we each gave her 3, so let's make the final list.
What,
we both agreed
Last of Us.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you with CounterStrike. Like, playing that in the computer class and playing that one time. What was that mode I played? Arms Race?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant mode. I think that should definitely go on the list one way or another. So we're gonna have this fight, aren't we, about Mag or Battlefield?
Come on, I feel like it's not a fight. You're just crazy, and I know this is the thing, because not only we had a great time, because we actually played it the right way, and we wanted to have a good time, so that helps. Obviously we went in looking for nonsense like some people did, like some people just went in there, oh, these graphics are ugly, and then just judged it, and I was like, what the fuck, But come on, Battlefield, it's not just one game. They've been doing this forever. You know what I mean? People have always enjoyed Battlefield. And would Mag even exist without a Battlefield? I feel like it's they took that squad-based approach to Mag. That's how they get the 256 to work, by splitting you up into squads.
Right.
So they took that from Battlefield, and it's like, I don't know, I don't see how Battlefield isn't clearly better than Mag. Clearly better. Like, this is the thing, Mag, like, you're looking at the potential of Mag more than, what we had with Mag. And Battlefield is just, come on, Bad Company 2 is perfection. 1943 is perfection. And then was it 1942, like the one that everyone loved on the PC as well? That was perfection, so it's like, come on. How is Battlefield not better than Mag?
Okay, I will let this go.
They're upping the number of Battlefield on Battlefield 4, if that counts for anything.
How much?
I want to say 40-something. Okay, it's not 256, but we're getting there, damn it. We're taking it slow.
Well, a skyscraper can fall down. That's fine. Okay, I will allow this. But because we had this discussion earlier, you can't say Battlefield series. You have to pick one of them. You have to pick
I'll just pick Bad Company 2 then.
Okay.
Because...
you know what? Fine. Yes, Bad Company 2. It's a fun game. But... Mag is...
You want to give an honorable mention to Mag?
A huge honorable mention. Like, we fucking got rid of Halo, apparently. I guess CounterStrike took that. Like, CounterStrike was the online shooter, Quake, Doom.
Yeah.
I guess our generation.
Yeah.
Our young ass generation.
I feel like Counter-Strike started the modern shooter. Because didn't Call of Duty take a lot from Counter-Strike as well?
Yes, they actually had the arms race. Like, it was called something else. And they pretty much took the name and copyrighted it. Like, that's kind of like, what? Whatever, it was stupid. Arms race is a better name. Okay, so honorable mention, Mag, for being amazing. and the future of video games. How many players play inside 2?
That's a good question. I don't know. I knew it when I was like looking when it was coming out on the PC, but obviously I don't have a gaming PC, so
I might look that up later. If I actually do a video for this, I'll put it on the screen. Okay, so what order?
For me, number 3 is Battlefield, because maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment, but Last of Us, like, I'm just too obsessed with, like...
Okay.
I haven't put that much time into a multiplayer in a while, like... Probably Uncharted 2, but, like, Uncharted 2 is like you said... I mean, Uncharted 3 is like you said, we weren't even enjoying it. We were just playing it just because we all had the game, and The Last of Us, like, I want to play it, like, all the time. So, yeah, so for me it goes Battlefield, Bad Company 2, Last of Us, CounterStrike.
No, that won't fix anything. I was thinking about doing a point system. But that won't work without having a third person. Because, honestly, I would say Last of Us, Battlefield, Counter-Strike.
That's fine.
Like, and...
You've put more time into Battlefield than I have, too, though.
Yeah, and you put more time into The Last of Us.
A lot more time.
Yeah, so... yeah, those are the top... Slugabed's top 3 competitive shooters.
Well, John and James, top 3 anyways.
Fuck the other 2.
Alright.